Hayden, does he have anything left to prove? We got some sound on tape before we get into this. It's of Hayden. He's asked a question in the presser this weekend, and then we have his dad's take earlier this year back in Phoenix. Roll it, Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, definitely this championship was kind of going to be the talk of when I was going to go to a 450, because now I got to move up. But I'm not really sure. I'm going to probably get on it soon, start filling that thing out, and we'll see how it goes. But as of now, just Supercross and outdoors on a 250.
You know, what we are planning to do, or Hayden's planning to do, is to go out and race, hopefully get it done this year. And if not, we still plan on racing light Supercross next year. That was the goal, to give them a good 4 years of development, because once you're in, you're in. There's no going back.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I think that's been our plan, for him to race 2 years of light Supercross in the future here, and then go to 450 outdoors. He's been pretty vocal about that. If he wins it this year, we'll take it from there. But I just hate to put the pressure on him, like, oh, you have to do it. It's like, I want him to enjoy it and have fun, too. I know it's a job, but you got to have some fun, too.
Yeah. I mean,
I think, dude, I think he should defend. That's my personal opinion, and I'm probably a little bit biased, only for the fact, RV, that because that's what I did wrong. I already just said what I thought I should have done in the route that I should have taken. And now that he already has a divisional championship, so next year, yeah, go ahead and defend it. Would it be great to get the championship and defend your title? Absolutely, it would. But what I think is racing the opposite coast in the premier class on the 450. And if something happens and you do fall down and you get hurt, I think what you stand to learn will pay massive dividends would be 2027 when you go to 450 full time. I still think there is an element into all of this where some of these guys should seriously consider dipping their feet on the opposite coast in the 450. So again, all for a tutorial, so they know what to expect going into the following season when they're going to be half-ass expected to win.
Yeah. So, pop back into what I guess or race West Coast again for 250, and then once they head east, jump into get your feet wet in the 450 class. Dunge did that. It worked really, really well for him when we were coming up. I actually never dabbled in the 450 class, but I also had 2 years that were pretty shit. My first 2 years of 450 class. So it's a lot of workload. The class is just that much gnarlier.
The bikes react different.
So yeah, I agree with that. I do think that if the rider is ready mentally and physically, and obviously has the speed, it's not for everybody to dabble themselves in the 450 class, but I think Hayden would definitely benefit from that if the speed's there, it's more than likely going to be there, so he'll be just fine.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. I like you just mentioned, Dunge did it like back in my day. K-Dub was doing it. I remember in '97, dude, he's winning 250 West races, and then he won he won a 125 West, and then a 250. I think he won, was it Charlotte? I don't know. He won one of those races on the big bike on the opposite coast. And I don't know, would you, looking back on your career, would you have liked to have done it?
See, this is where I don't know if I would have been ready for it. I think I was still pretty, call it smaller, maybe not developed as much. I don't think I was as developed as Hayden is right now in where he sits in the 250 class. I think just that evolution from when I raced to currently, maybe. But I just know that, I had 2 years of major learning. I think if I would have stepped into the 450 class early to dabble and get my feet wet, I don't know if it would have worked out for me like it did for Dunge. Just our riding styles, where I was mentally, physically, and also, I can go back and say, oh, maybe that would have worked, but would I have had the 450 career that I had afterwards? I don't know either. What if I would have went out and got hurt on the 450 riding East Coast, right? So you just never know. And then I dealt with some different injuries on the East Coast with my wrist and this and that, and it just never worked into my plan. If it works into Hayden's plan, great.